Hello, my name is Ali Major. Welcome to the Gag Order, a show about the pitfalls we all face in society. This show is sponsored by Seven Sun Entertainment. Find them for your next big project at sevensunentertainment.com. Well, like I said, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you guys for showing.
Peace and blessing.
Peace and blessings to you guys. Today is a wonderful night. As you see, I'd like to take a second. We're missing a co-host. Jinx, I want to wish her the speediest recovery, and like I said, she's taking a moment to get herself together, and I do not blame her. She's down with the show. She always my co-host, and you know what time it is. We here.
Love you, sweetheart.
Yes, miss you. But anyways, Carlos and Queen, I would like to repeat last week's entry, but this week is going to be a little different. See, I want to talk about the good and the bad terms that we experience through life, and get to know each other a little better and get everyone else to know us a little better. I think that's key to have a relationship. I think to relate is the first part of it. So as I say that, I would like to spin this question that we jumped on last week, and I want to go with the worst of times, but I want to speak on something that we failed at in life. I want something that we failed at in life, and I don't mean failed and quit, or I don't mean failed and just completely stopped. I mean something in life that you just can't seem to get on pace or on the right base with to succeed in your best foot. When I say your best foot, I mean the foot that makes you just feel good about it. It's like, okay, I feel so good about this relationship I have right here, or I feel so good about this drive I have right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And I would like to start with Carlos tonight, since I started last week. I think I would like to hear my brother talk first.
So, something that you failed at in life.
Yes, sir.
Now, I told you, since we have already kind of sparked this conversation prior to this,
Okay.
to be honest, I don't feel like I've ever failed at anything.
Okay.
Not that I put 100% into. So up until now, the thing that I will say that I may have dropped the ball on, but I'm ready to pick up the ball 100%. I've never been faithful in a relationship. And I wouldn't call it a failure. I call it a learning process. Because all of the relationships that I've went through up until now, they were processes of me taking people through a bunch of bullcrap until I learned to go through it, until it happened to me. And now where I'm at is I would love to put 100% into a relationship. So this is the reason why I tell you, for me, it's not a failure. It's me learning me until I succeed. And now I can go into this process now willing to give 100%, because guess what? I understand where I dropped the ball at. But to me, I don't see it as a failure. But if I give you anything, that would be the one.
Okay. So I would like to
Get deeper
that
into
right there. That I'm getting ready to dig into, because that right there was. Look, brother. I want to say this. Life those curveballs all the time, and you cannot actually you can't. Well, you can say that that it wasn't a failure, but you actually did. You failed your emotional part on relationships, which then led you to do it more, or even more on other people. It fed the negative part of you, so therefore it was a failure. And
no,
and
because
and, and what?
just
Keep going. Let me hear that.
just to break into that.
Yeah.
The reason why I said it wasn't a failure, because now I'm different. Life is
Have you had a
continuous.
relationship since then?
No, but I plan on getting in one.
So, all right, that's
Hold
true.
on, but guess what? I am preparing myself now. This is something that I've never done before. I'm preparing myself for it.
Okay.
And now this is the reason why. Remember, life is a continuous thing, and we have the choice to make the right choices.
That's true.
And
That's all true.
if it's something that you have given up on, is the reason why I told you If I had to say, you know what, F it, I ain't gonna try no more, just right, that's a failure to me. But when you decide to go back into it and try it again and succeed, you are overcame, and it's not a failure. It's you only becoming a better player at the position that you're playing in life.
I get
But
I get the way that you look and see it, and I respect it and like it. At the same time, my logical,
you see things
realistical
different.
mind is, it just leaves too many
You,
curveballs. It leaves
you
too
see
many
that?
options. It's too wild. Like, okay, that's like saying that a person who has that's like saying a person who has a habitual habit of stealing lighters, right? They take everybody's lighter that they go across, right? That's just like saying one day they're like, I learned my lesson from stealing a lighter, and I'm never gonna steal a lighter again. But yet, and still, that's because
Yeah, because you quit.
he
You
quit.
finally
Yeah,
quit.
he real quick on it. So
You
one day
finally
he
learned.
probably he might find that lighter in his pocket again, but he
But
didn't
he
mean
might not.
to. He didn't
But he
mean
might.
to.
But he might not.
That's true.
Remember,
That's true. He might not.
you have the
Might not.
power to be the person that you want to be.
That's true.
The
You
Bible
do.
says, I'm gonna use this verse.
Go
I got
ahead. Come on. Give it to me. Give
it
it to
says
me. You've been giving it to me. Give
as
it to
a
me. Let me hear.
look, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So is he.
And what this verse means, they say anytime you put the th on something, is it's a constant thought or is a present participle. So what happens is it ain't as a man think. That's one. That's one thought. It's thinketh. That is continuing to think on that same thought. And what happens is you become what you're supposed to become. So for me, because now I'm in a different stage in life and I want to be the best me, the next person to get me, I promise you, they get gold. They don't
Okay.
look, they don't just get
Debbie, have you ever heard that before from a nigga? Have you
Huh?
ever heard that before from a man? Excuse me. Have you ever heard that before from a man?
That's what I have now. Uh,
and guess what? He had to go through his challenges
let's
to
go here.
become.
You have to set your standards here.
True.
Mm,
That's true.
So
That's
you
true.
got to know what you're worth. And at the end of the day, I dealt with a whole bunch of this, and I tolerate this
mm.
way, and I went that way, and I went this way. But then I had to do self-preservation.
I was got too many
I had to do
homeboys.
some healing process for me. So that's where Carlos is at. He's
That,
on a healing process.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
absolutely. I get
So
it.
I'm thinking ain't the same. You can't keep doing the same thing you used to do back in the day. And
Yeah, and getting a different result. I get it.
you
and
know,
then
Trust me.
I
Trust me. I
found my
get
worth.
it, and
no,
I applaud, and
but
I'm
at
with
the end
it.
of the day, I got you. But at the end of the day, you want what you want, what you want, what you want.
I
So
have to be devil advocate sometimes. I like
I
playing it.
understand.
I like playing it. It's my. It's. I don't know. It kind of feeds me. It makes me wanna talk more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just
But
makes me want to do
just
that.
I
just
was
to your
talking to you, gonna go there
just
anyway.
to her point,
Because
Yes.
I found my worth.
yeah,
Okay.
I realized that you can't just keep giving yourself out freely to everything because
Yeah.
guess what? I didn't know, and I had bad examples. I like to say that too.
Mhm.
Most of my examples with cheaters were men who
Exactly.
did what they wanted to
Exactly.
do. I didn't
Hmm.
they didn't understand that they were kings. But when
right,
I realized that I was a king, I realized that I can't just go out here and just slang dick everywhere.
right.
No,
That's true.
this
That's
thing ain't
true.
meant to be
That's
passed
true.
out to everybody. Look, and
That is true.
my polar body count is huge to most people, and they'll be like, "Oh Lord, he just spoiled goods." But I just put it this way: I learned a lot.
Okay. I understand that. Kiki, I would like to answer your question. She asked me, does it feed me or do I feel something about the subject being said? Um, that's not the case. I really play devil's advocate if you pay attention to me on a lot of subjects, even subjects that I really don't want to play it on. I kind of take that role and I take that initiative on this show to kind of
You're a good
be a
debater.
twist. Yeah, I
You're
want
a
to be
good
a
debater.
twist. I just want to add a little bit of flavor. And if a person doesn't understand a little bit of that, then I don't know. It's just who I am as a person, and I really want people to know that that we are not cows grazing on a field together, thinking the same mind state. I really want somebody in this world to think opposite. And I like people who do that. I like people who challenge, challenge the said quo. That's what I like. Okay. I would like to jump and go to Queen. I would like to ask you the same question as is, what is something that you failed at?
Well, let me see. It's so many, but it's funny. Like I said, we on this subject because me and my daughter had a conversation about it. Just last, matter of fact, over the weekend, and I had told her that I feel like when going through a breakup or whatever the case might be, it's just knowing that you failed in that situation. And my daughter spoke up and said, "Mom, don't look at it that way. It's not that you failed in that situation. Look at it that you failed because you still stayed. You stayed
Mm-hmm.
on that it failed." So I had to think about that thing, and it's so true, But I also had something that I talked to my other daughter about, and I feel not bad. I feel bad, but I feel like I failed in this area because something that I fought for and finally just getting is my voice, and to hear my daughter say that's what she don't have now. So as a mother, it makes me feel like I failed in that aspect when it comes to that. But other than that, I mean, everything is a learning process. You live and you learn and you do better once you know better. So the only thing I could do was, ask her for her forgiveness, and now we move on from there. So, but yeah, that's about
Okay.
like
Okay. What made you choose what you just discussed with me? What made you decide that was what you was going to talk about?
because that's a part of life. That's what we had. It's funny because we talked about it. We had a conversation on the sidebar, me and my daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
then for you to come up and say it, it's like, okay, let me just share the story. That I just had the same conversation about failure. I mean, so it's to me, it's nothing but confirmation
Mm-hmm.
because as you go along, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff that you talk about through different things that you're talking to somebody else about. So, and I had to sit back here and think about it, even with the part about apologizing, because we had a thing, a podcast when we said, who would I go back and apologize to?
Mm-hmm.
My children is who I need to apologize to.
That's right.
That's who I need to
Got you.
apologize
I
to.
respect it.
Because
You
at the
came
end
back.
of the day, through all my pain, they had the most of it because I didn't. And I was learning. And now I see, and I didn't never wanted the damage to fall on them. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. I did the best that I could with what I had. And that's what I had to tell my daughter. I thought what I did was right, but all the same time, I made her shut down. Whereas now she think that's the way. No, you have a voice, speak. Say what you need to say. You can say it to your mother, but just remember, I'm still your mother. But at the end of the day, so yeah, it's about being honest. On top of it, it's telling my truth, the way I am, and what you ask, I'm gonna tell you.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you both so far. Thank you both. I enjoyed
So,
both of your
Mr. Ali,
conversations. Yes, I'm about to get into this. I'm really about to get into this, and I really want to state before I get into this that I hope you guys open fire or anything that you want to talk about. All right. All right. So my failures. Oh, Shells I'm gonna agree with you, Shells. This is something that's going towards what you said that you need to apologize to yourself. Well, I definitely need to apologize to myself. My failure deals with. I'm going to say my failure tonight because I have many of them. I have done a couple things in my life that I regret. A lot of things in my life that I regret and could have done differently, and I know I could have done differently, and it probably would have made me a better person for doing them that way. Um, but I will say that one of my biggest failures is probably um, being a son, that's one of my biggest failures, is being a son and my mother. I have hid so much of my life from my mother. I was a runaway at 11, as I told you guys before. So I was in the street all the time. She used to put me on punishment. I snuck out the window. I walked through the front door. At one point in time, I was so bold that she put me on punishment and I walked right out the front door. I ain't care. Um, uh, like seriously, I regret doing that to her. I didn't have to do that to her. I didn't have to make her feel like that as a person. Um, I once I got tired of getting my ass beat, because I used to get whoopings like every day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it would come from two sources. You know what I'm saying? And my mother used to have her beat down sessions where she used to literally take her hands and just nonstop just keep wailing on me. So at one point in time, I was a rebellious kid. I bucked up at authority. So, like I said, don't put your hands on me no more. I'm a grown man. Just, you can't do that. I ain't never hit my mother or nothing like that. But at one point in time, I stood up when she kept hitting me, and she thought I was gonna hit the ground. I stood up, and that was one thing I regret, man. I should have gave it to her. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I should have just taken my lashings instead of trying to be so hard, and instead of trying to be um so instead of trying to be so forceful in life and want what I want and try to scheme and get and try to get it however I had to get it. Man, it didn't matter if I had to mess with guns. It didn't matter however the fuck I had to get what the hell I need. I went and did it. I mean, I can't explain this no better. I feel bad about that in life. You know what I mean? And I need to forgive myself, but at the same time, I go through it, and there's times that I should have just laid down, man. I'm not a lay down type of person. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is one of my biggest failures, man. I'm sorry, Shells. I'm not so angry. This anger that I have is towards myself. My dad was not there. I met my father when I was like 29. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother story, but like seriously, like I really didn't know him. I used to search online his name and try to find this man. Man, I really wanted a dad, man, and my mother left the only dad I did know. So, that right there was a whole nother brick. But that's what made me so rebellious in life, is that I just I wanted what I wanted and seen what I seen. If you see TV and you see all of this shit on TV and all these people wearing all this shit, you kind of want it yourself. And as an 18, 17, 16-year-old boy, like seriously, them rappers got all that shit. These girls, they like that shit. So what am I do? I ain't gonna be this little bum kid wearing some broke sneakers or a flip phone when they got smartphones, and the chick laugh because I got this old ass phone. That shit happened. I came out of prison one time and I got me they used to have these track phones, and the track phones used to be a flip phone. Yo, for real, I was in the club, I was chilling out. Yo, I look good, like seriously. So I came up to her and I asked her for a number. She looked at my phone and she laughed. So man, I got off of that, man. As soon as I came out of prison, man, I fucked that track phone. I got on my shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like seriously, I never really wanted to. I don't know what to say about that. That's how I live my life, and that's one of my biggest failures. That's me.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
Very
thanks for
welcome.
sharing.
You got
Uh,
Any
yourself.
questions? Any
You have to
questions? Any
forgive
any any
yourself.
any throwbacks?
You
Anybody
got
want to ask me?
you got to learn to forgive yourself. That's the hardest part.
I get it.
Hardest part in all of it is learning to forgive yourself. Because, like I said before, you beat yourself up for so much that you coulda, shoulda, woulda. But at the end of the day, it's where you're supposed to be at now.
I
It's
promise.
you know
And
anything we went through in life as a child is now is where we're supposed to be.
Okay,
That's how
I
it
get
was
it.
intended to be.
Hmm.
But although we don't see it like
I'm holding.
you know what I mean?
Listen.
You know,
Queen, I hold this down every day. I'm in this shell for a reason. I look
yeah.
myself in the mirror and I know I'm a man. There's nothing, there's no gay, there's no, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me. Oop, I almost
No,
said
you
it.
good.
I almost
Let it
said it.
look.
Nah,
Let
nah,
it
nah,
roll.
nah, nah,
No, ain't
nah,
no
nah.
wrong with it. Go
I
ahead. You
know.
I ain't never
I know.
the
put
people
myself in a
understand that.
position to be
Right.
in that. So I've been a man my whole goddamn life. And whether it was in prison, whether what the fuck ever I was in, I held my shit down. So it's like, you know, like I said, Queen, I'm just trying to get right. I'm just trying to get life right. I understand what I have to do. I understand in this drive, this fire that I got, that people call it so much anger. Now, this is fire. I sat for a decade and dreamed about what the fuck I was going to do when I got out here. Like, seriously.
You also got to remember, but it's still patience.
Yeah,
Patience.
I understand. I'm working on the patience part. I'm pretty bad on that right there. I told you guys how my life
Gotta
was.
have patience. It's not gonna come when you want it to. You gotta remember that. It ain't gonna come when you want it. It's
But
gonna
yeah,
happen.
I thank you guys for listening to me on that right there. I would like to rebound off this and ask you guys for a time in your life that you I want to know a time in your life that you really didn't understand that what you were doing but was detrimental inside your growth.
Huh?
Ha ha! Give me a time in your life that you didn't understand at the time, but now you know it was detrimental in your growth. The deep. I'm going deep tonight. Yes, I am. I'm throwing curveballs, right hooks. Let's go.
Repeat the
We're
question.
gonna let you start off
Okay,
first,
you want
baby.
me to start off? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you a time that was detrimental in my life was actually when I was in prison. It was very detrimental in my life and the growth that I have right now. Prison did a lot of bad for me. It messed me up mentally. And but at the same time, it gave me a second to actually slow my ADD, HD ass down. You know, because I still think in multi time. So my brain works in overload and I can think problem solve fast as hell. So, I would say that it came in prison, and I would say that it came with a man named Joel. Joel was a Spanish brother in prison who I met, and I respect him to this day. He's still in there right now. But Joel, he owned his own business while he was in prison, and every day he pulled me out the lineup, and he didn't know me from nobody. I didn't know him from nobody. He was from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Nobody knew me from Connecticut, but he still fucked with me. So every day he used to ask me, and he used to walk up to me and tell me to walk with him, and we used to walk around the block, right? When you're locked inside, I was locked up for 23. I was locked down for 23 hours a day and came out for 1 hour. So we had an hour to either walk around the day room, take a shower, use the phone. So every day when I came out, he used to tell me to walk with him, and we used to walk around the day room. It was like a triangle, but we used to walk around it, and if you do like 20 laps, it's close to a quarter of a mile. Anyways, so as we're walking, we're talking, and he would ask me, he was like, "How are we gonna make $1 million in jail right now? Legit, legal, no, nothing." So he changed my mindset. He really changed my mindset from, we're gonna go get this break, and I don't care. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna take it to over. It don't matter, but yet and still, he got my mind track off of where it was at. My mind state was strictly in the streets, and I was a street dude. I'm not saying I was the hardest. I wasn't, but I was a street dude, and I did what I could do, to survive. Um, uh, um, that detrimental moment changed my life and gave me a drive to think better, and made me think differently and think legitly instead of always resolving to negativity. All it would take before was somebody to mention to me that they knew something about something and they was hating on this person over here. That's all it would do before. And I was so quick on the draw with everything. And I was bad. I was real bad and knew a lot of people. And Yeah. So yeah. It's just life is so crazy. Like I'm gonna tell y'all, he taught me how to reprocess my brain, and I give all thanks to Joel 6ix9ine and C and all of them. So I give shout outs to all of them right there that changed my mind state. Each and every one of them had a point to play inside me being who I am now and not before. I'm more humble now than I was before. I'm willing to go through sacrifice. And just like I told you, Debbie, I ate so much pride today.
Queen.
Oh, excuse me, Queen. Excuse me, Queen. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to excuse me for my I'm in mid conversation
I
right
know
now.
you. I know
But
you.
but then still, I had to swallow my pride a bunch lately, and it just keeps, swallowing pride is is a very emotional and taxing thing. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately, and it just is what it is. They gave me the tools to be able to do it because I wouldn't have did it before. Carlos, can you follow up after me?
You said the most detrimental thing that you have done inside your growth?
Okay, I'm
Repeat the
saying
question.
I'm saying that what is the most detrimental thing that you didn't understand? You didn't understand before, but it was so detrimental in your growth to progress you to what you are now. But you didn't understand that it was going to have that effect on you when it happened. Can you understand?
I guess you know how you used to be rebellious to your parents?
Yeah. How I used to be rebellious to my
Mm-hmm.
parents? Yeah.
I was horrible.
Okay.
Growing up, I was real horrible to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they was only trying to instill in me something that they needed to. However, in prison, I learned to appreciate the parents that I had. They ended up coming to see me 11 years. I think I told you, once a month for 11 years.
Bless
And early on, I used to cuss them out the whole nine. I was angry.
it. Okay. I ain't never
But,
cussed my mother out.
oh God, I'll tell you, I was terrible. But what happened was I thought I wasn't getting something that I needed, but I ended up getting it later on when I needed it, if that makes sense. They didn't know how to love or say the words. They didn't know how to show up certain ways. So for me, I only knew one way, and I shut down my feelings early on. But my feelings were coming out of anger. But sitting in prison, what happened? We ended up getting time together that I would have never got had I not been in prison. Because I got to sit and talk with these people for hours, doing visitation 2 hours, 3 hours, just having conversation for 11 years. They would come see me once a month and we would just have conversations. I would call them on the phone every Wednesday and Sunday, and we would just have conversations, just build. But what it did, it set me up for now. But I learned to value who they were. I was living with living history, literally. They went through Jim Crow. They ended up taking and winning my niece. My niece stayed in Minnesota. They ended up winning a case for her in like 1991. There was living history. And when I really realized who they were, I became who I was supposed to be. So that's probably the best. And they were the best things that ever happened to me.
And I want to applaud your parents first. I want
Oh
to
man,
applaud them. I want to
amazing. I
applaud
thank
them.
God every day
You
for them.
know, I want to applaud them. They are very strong individuals, and they held you down. They held you down. You know what I'm saying?
In spite of
Yeah, yeah. In spite of everything, so that's a blessing. It's a blessing all the same. Queen. Now I would like I saved you the last. I gave you the last
Wow. Why
five.
you
Why?
always
Because I gave you the last five. You fire. You the fire. You the fire of the crew. So let me get it.
Say it again. What was the
I
question?
said, okay. I want to know something that was detrimental in your life that happened to you at a period of time that you did not understand, but now you realize that it had such a detrimental part to play in who you are now.
Oh God, that's a lot. Uh, um, I'm gonna touch on this one, and a lot of people don't know is me being I sold drugs, but I also wound up being my best customer. Um, and it was something that I didn't think was going to affect me, but it did. I sat up for days and days getting high out of my mind for 3 and 4 days, not knowing if I was coming or going, and still raising my daughter, my daughters, all at the same time. Um, and um, it was a life changing moment at that time, because I was still dealing with my daughter's father, which was very abusive. Um, and all in that process, to the point that I had people in my house who passed out from getting high, who I was about to sit outside by the dumpster, and so I wouldn't get caught up in a charge or anything like that. And then it was just like after a while, from doing that for so many years, for like almost 12 years, it was time for a change. And I didn't think that I could do it. But once I cried out, I still had God, although I was doing what I was doing. And it was like when my daughter father put a screwdriver up to my neck and was about to kill me because he thought I stole the bag. It was time to stop. And to this day, I thank God and I'm grateful. In the my mother didn't even know what I was doing until I went to detox. I had all the drugs that I actually owned, and she was sitting there looking at me like, "What the world?" Yeah, mom. Your daughter was doing some things. Um, but I learned to love me more once I got myself together, because this disease doesn't love anybody. And it'll take whomever it can and strip you from everything. Um, so now I know that I don't have to poison my body to be who I need to be today. I fight that disease every day because anything traumatic really can put me back over on the edge. But I thank God because um I just asked him to guide me each and every day when it comes to it. But right now I can say that was one of the where I'm at now. So I'm just grateful.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, at this moment, I would like to thank guest comments and acknowledge guest comments before we get into the good. Black Cherry has said quite a few sterling comments tonight. She says, "Wow, Carlos, that's powerful. When you realize who they were, you became who you needed to be." And Tanya has also came through and thanked everybody for the transparency. And I'd like to thank you for responding to us and respecting our transparency and how transparent we are being with ourselves. I would like to now go to the good. And like I said, I like to switch things up a little bit. And last time I asked you, I believe it was, your the good, which we all spoke are good. But this time I want to ask you, what is something that you excel at the most? All right. And this time I'm going to start with you, Queen.
Say it again.
What is something that you excel at the most? What do you excel at? What is your grandest quality?
Being me.
Good one. Good one. Good one. Let me get more. Explain. I need to know why.
I mean, I have a heart of gold. I'm here for anyone. I would do it for anybody. Although, I just want to be happy. I'm in a peaceful place in my life right now. I'm really the happiest that I've ever been in years. I don't feel that anger anymore that I carried around for so many years. You know what I mean? I don't have that pain. I'm not saying that I ain't gonna have my trials, you know what I mean? But I know how to go about it in a different manner now. I know who I need to call and I know where my help coming from. It comes from the Lord. So at the end of the day, even in the midst of my trials and my tribulations, I just talked about this. So, and it's so funny. I'm telling you, it's nothing but confirmation. I had to sit back there and say today, 2020 to 2024, all that I went through, I wasn't even mad. I wasn't mad. Usually I'd be living. I wasn't mad. I was hurt more than anything. But all I could say was, Lord, whatever this lesson is that I need to learn,
Let
let
me
me deal with it. Let me deal with it. Because guess what? I might have lost everything. I was making 6 figures plus, but I'll get that and then some. So I'm not worried about it. My bills paid every day. I don't go without. I ain't never go without. I still go in the stores and buy whatever. I might not have as much. I gotta put myself on a budget, but I'm still grateful. You know what I mean? I'm grateful and I'm blessed. So what I gotta be mad for? Why not? I'm me.
Okay.
I'm happy. I don't have to worry about that. I go to sleep every night. I don't have to be stressed anymore. I ain't, you know what I mean? One time I'm tossing and I'm turning because I'm so uptight and I'm tense and this. No, I. Oh,
Okay. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. And uh I am going to take next up and I'm gonna answer this question. I think that my best abilities. I love myself and I have so many qualities that's crazy, like really wicked. Um uh I think my creativity is just I think that part of me it comes to me so grand that I think that is my the thing I was gifted with. And I'm going to, I'm a little different than you guys. I think that, as I said before, the ancestors before me, my DNA, like I said, Dana carries traits and abilities and habits. I'm a little different than you guys. Like I said, I think my forefathers before me, I'm so thankful for them because they have intertwined inside my blood, inside my Dana, these abilities. I'm a left brain thinker. These things right here are for creativity and things like that. But creativity shows traits through my whole family. But yet still, they have overloaded in me because not only do I have the creativity, I have the drive and the capability to throw all caution to the wind and jump off the side of this cliff and glide with it. That right there is my I think that's my greatest ability.
hmm.
Uh,
Wait a minute. You keep
yes.
you think different. What you mean by that? When you
Well,
say
I mean, just how it goes. Like, okay, every time, and now please do not kill me or knock me. Don't knock me for this. All right, please do not. I'm begging y'all. I think a little differently, and I use more of a logical brain style than a faithful brain style. I don't blame it on I don't blame it on I don't blame it on something that I cannot physically understand. All right. I rather understand what's going on with me. So I research through
look here,
scientific
look here,
information, history, and blah blah blah, just to try and add this up. I don't just, that part of the game. I've tried that before and it just didn't work for me, as I said. So therefore I like to be able to understand exactly where my gifts, talents, and all of this come from. Because for real, if I calculate it down, I can tell you guys I had uncles and aunts that have the ability and just the know-how that was given to me. It was all given to me through my traits of my family. Other people who have bloodlines in their family and their Dana do not have these same traits, and we are all unique in different form, but yet and still that Dana inside you dictates a lot in your life. That's what I think.
I said it don't. I never denied or said it didn't. I had
Yeah, but
on
you like to give all the
I,
goodness that comes from your Dana.
let's go here. My gift.
I don't want to get no. I don't want to get in here. I'm really trying to skip.
Know who gave them gifts because they didn't get it by themselves. So at the end of the day,
Oh Lord, I really hate.
I'll leave that alone.
I really. That's why I didn't go there. That's why I just said what I said and tried to move
I
it
ain't see
on
you know,
because I knew exactly what was going to happen. All right.
you know,
I knew exactly what was going to happen. But anyways, I would like to and I saved my brother Carlos. I saved you for last, my brother. Do you remember the question?
You can repeat it.
I'm not gonna forget it, my brother. What is your greatest ability? What is your greatest talent? What do you feel like you do the best at?
Thank you.
I like that. Me too. I like that.
I like to say God gave my ancestors everything that I got.
see, I like to say I make that answer. I thought of that.
No, because
I
you
thought of that.
blame you still saying your ancestors, but God created your ancestors.
Yeah, but no, the question that I asked is
But
my
just
question.
to
I
move
thought of
forward,
that.
no, that was a thought for you to have, but the thought came from somewhere else.
I see. Okay. We're not going
We
there.
ain't gonna
No,
get
we're not
into it.
going there.
Let's
We're
leave
not
it
going
on
there.
there. But for me, I like to say thank you. I am a great thinker. I know how to pull. I know how to do as God gave us. As it says, in His image we were created. I know how to take and bring from in here and bring it forth out here. So, being a creator, I know how to take the artwork that I envision and bring it here. I know how to take the things that I'm working on and bring it here. But I know how to manifest those things, those thoughts, those desires that God has given me to bring it here.
Amen. Good answer, Carlos.
Okay. All right. Like I said,
I'm just
that's
gonna
why I
Just leave
love.
it in on that.
That's
Just
why I
leave it
love
in
the
on that.
chemistry. That's why I love the chemistry right here because it's kind of it kind of Like I said, I love being. I'm kind of the offsetting. See how you guys right here. See how you guys are, and
I
it's
mean, you think
beautiful. It's
you are.
beautiful chemistry. But then on the other side, I like to question things. I always like to throw
Nothing
a
wrong
jab
with
and
it.
question.
thing.
You
You
know.
question whatever you want. You know you're
Yeah.
gonna get an answer.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want an answer. That's what I'm here to. That's what I'm here to try and find. I'm here to try and find what is wrong with us as a nation. Why we're not as strong as we should be. I think that we have a voice, and I think that this Constitution was made as we are the people, as they have it on the wall. And I believe that as soon as we acknowledge our strengths as people and start understanding our differences and coming to terms with that, I believe that we'll be better off as people. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. See, you guys ain't challenging me. See, I want to be challenged. Let me stop.
At the end of the day, I mean, they too busy taking everything away.
Got you.
You taking everything away from everything. You taking away the history. You're taking away this. You're taking away that. I mean, what?
Carlos, you froze?
No.
All right. Talk to me, my brother. What's going on? Talk to me. Let me hear something. Because you look like you got a lot. You look like you got something on your thought. You look like you're thinking of something. When Queen said what she just said, you was like,
Nah, I'm be honest. What I was doing, I was answering. I was telling what's her name? Lord have mercy.
Black
Like,
Cherry, Black
Yeah,
Cherry.
Black Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's what I was doing. I
Yeah,
was reading
absolutely.
comments.
I've been thinking them all day. They've been saying some nice things here in the chat
Yeah, I was
board,
reading comments. I apologize.
and yes, absolutely, absolutely, right here. Okay, so I want to get further into the good topic, right? And I want to know what you guys give thanks for. Give thanks. Give thanks. I know you guys want to give thanks for something.
I'm
What you
thankful.
get thanks for? I want you to start.
You want me to start there? What I'm thankful
Yeah.
for? Whew, okay. Well, let me start. Let me start back from 2019. I'm thankful for getting out of prison. That was one big hurdle for me. I'm thankful for my drive. As I said, 2 weeks out of prison, I was in college, and I've been in college thus forth. Um, I'm thankful for just this whole opportunity to better my talent, my gifts, and find myself as far as being an entertainer and somebody who's trying to get out in front of the people. Um, uh, I'm so thankful for being so creative, man. Listen, on the spot, man, I can make listen, I got so many things, man. Scripts, thoughts, commercial. I'm doing little funny little commercials online. I'm just joking, and it's all jokes, but yet and still, it takes some thought behind it. It takes a person to actually have some thought and some the mind and willpower to do it. And I was gifted with all of those talents. You see what I'm saying? I was gifted to able, and I sit there and I write these scripts, and I write and find words that match with other words. And make it into a gag, and that right there, that right there is something that people don't take the time out to do. I'm not saying anybody can't do it, but they don't take the time out to do. You know what I'm saying? It just says I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all of that, man. Seriously, I got 3.7 GPA right now. I mean, listen, I know what time it is. I'm working for this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy and I'm thankful for it. And I'm working so hard and uh, just trying to show my gratitude for the opportunity. I seen my grandmother before she passed, man. I was in prison thinking I wasn't ever gonna see her again, man. And I did get a chance to see her again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like I said, man. I got a lot to be thankful for. There's a whole lot to be thankful for, brother. All right, now. Let me get you, Carlos. Let me get you, Carlos, man. Let me get you.
I'm thankful for every part of my life. The good, what we deem as bad, prison, the men that I met in prison that got me to where I'm at now. I'm thankful for being able to come out 4.5 years early. I'm thankful for a bunch of artwork and a book that I created in prison that has allowed me to meet God knows how many people, that it is beyond when it says your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. I truly understand this whole entire scripture. I'm thankful for y'all, for everybody that I have met on this journey called life. But I'm thankful for life itself, because without it, wouldn't be able to do the impactful work or the intentional works that we are called to do. So I'm thankful for just life.
I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for us, man. Life right now is life right now is looking up. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. It's
To
looking
me,
real up.
it's always been, but it seems like it goes down. But
Yeah.
the whole thing, I heard somebody say recently. They say a seed has to go in the ground before it comes up.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
what I like to say is we was just seeds being planted.
Okay.
But now you are growing into the tree that you are becoming for the fruit to start popping.
I think you got many seeds in you, brother, growing.
No, this is true, because think about it. If I had two apples, or somebody showed me this, it was mind
Mm-hmm.
blowing. If I had two apples right here, how
Mm-hmm.
many apples do I see? Do you see?
If you had two apples, how many apples do you see? You would
What do you see?
physically see two apples. Yeah.
I seen more.
Okay.
I seen
Yeah.
seeds
Yeah,
that
there's
had,
seeds inside
hold
them
on,
to grow.
but those were more trees and more apples that I got to see. When dude showed it to me, all my mind went to was the seeds and all of the trees and apples that came behind there. So for my mind, it went deeper than just the two that he wanted me to, that he said that he had in his hands.
Okay.
And that's how all of our gifts, all of the seeds or the jewels that you drop on people, all of these are nothing more than more trees being built from
That's right.
what you
That's why I said
drop,
multiple
what you plant.
seeds. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got multiple seeds in you. You got seed. You.
That you don't even know
That's
about.
right. Absolutely.
And it's mind blowing.
Yeah, I
You
get
know
it.
what I mean? So
Respect it. Respect it. Respect it. Like it. We saying the same things, like I told you before, brother.
yeah.
But we saying it in two different ways.
Nah, we saying the same thing.
Same
Exactly. the
thing.
same.
Yeah, we headed the
It's,
same. We
it's
said we headed the same way. We in the same truck. Queen.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I ain't mean to get into a conversation with my brother Carlos like that, but let me get into a conversation with you.
Thankful for life.
Okay. There you go.
I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for my kids, my grandkids. My husband, my girlfriends, my best friends. People that I meet at the show. Um, I'm just thankful that Lord allowed me to even see today. To every day that I wake, I'm thankful because it could be another way.
Mm.
And in my darkest hour, I didn't think I would be even here. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful, that my parents, although I ain't like listening to them, but that I'm here, that I came from them and learned from them, and now I'm just ready to do whatever needs to be done. So goes
Respect it.
ready to go. I'm just thankful. My life, as I look over my life, I'm just grateful.
That's right. Thank you.
Because
Thank you, Queen.
totally
Thank you.
Totally.
That's right. That's the point. That's the point to our lives, right? Is to be great or to be greater than yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it. Make tomorrow greater than yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's the only point that there is. Just try to become better and better and better as a person as we go along. And life lessons happen. We face plenty of atrocities and different tribulations, but yet still, as long as you're still breathing, you're still here to learn a lesson for another day.
It's
Absolutely.
all how you take it when you get it, how you receive it once it comes.
Absolutely. I would like to take a second and ask the audience, is there any last questions on tonight's show? Does anybody have anything to ask, or does anything that they want to know?
Black Cherry said you need to start having some guests or two.
That's
Just
right. I really want them. Do
saying.
you want to come up here? Absolutely. I really want them. I do have professors, and I did have professors come up here, but as you know, school times and professors have very hectic lives. And sometimes they run 3-4 classes at a time with 80 students. So I mean, I can't blame them for having a busy time, because I am trying to get my business running too. So we're all just people trying to make lives go. But I do have professors that show up on the show, and I'm waiting for them to come back, and we are waiting for them to come back. I would love for any audience member that really has something to say, or has something to get out to the nation, or has something that of meaning, of solid meaning, to come by, talk to us. Let us know. Let the nation know. That's what this platform is for. This platform is for all of us. It's for everybody. That's why that's why in the beginning of this, I say it's a show about the pitfalls that we all face in society. Because this is more than just me, Queen, Carlos, and Jinx here. I'm trying to get everybody involved.
Look like Tanya just raised her hand.
Okay, Tanya. Okay, now she clapped. I think that's a clap signal. I'm not sure, but yet and still,
Yeah,
I have a. Excuse me, what you say, Queen?
she was clapping.
Okay, I have a website, and I say it. It's sevensunentertainment.com, and I'm talking about entertainment without the N before the M. So it's ENTERTAI MENT. And as long as you go up there, you can send me a message. Listen, I'll send you the email. The link to the show. And I really want to get people in tune, involved, and I really want us as a nation. Oh, okay, Tanya. Okay, she was raising her hand. What is your question?
I think she was saying she wanted to jump on.
Okay, that's fine. I gave you the matter of fact, I'll write the email right here. All you need to do is contact me and let me know your email address, and I'll send you. Oh yeah, they can, and I believe they can call in, but I have to send them a link first. You have to get a link before you can just call in. I have to give you a direct link to my studio. Any ways else you'll be an audience member, and audience members can't just call in. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm getting ready to write the website inside the chat board before I sign out. And excuse me. I said Jinx. I wish Jinx was here.
Oh, I'm
Queen and Carlos, can you please finish up for me while I do this, please?
I'm gonna let my sister Queen do it. Don't be scared now.
All right. Anyways,
Final thoughts, Carlos. Take us.
yes, final thoughts, please.
Whatever you want to do in life, just do it.
True.
Trust God for it. If you believe in God, if not, do as my main man do and believe in, at least believe
Believe
in
in
self.
yourself.
At
Believe in
least
you.
believe
Believe
in
you
self.
could do it. Believe you got
And
the power to do it. Believe
know that
believe
you
this.
know
Don't
that
get me
you
started. I'm
you
sorry.
are special. Know that you are gifted, and there's nothing that you can't achieve or do if you put your mind to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a person that feed off Wheaties every morning. So every morning when I get up, I'm like, you gonna do this shit. Get your ass to school. Get up. Oh, you tired? Get your ass up now. Let me stop.
I believe.
That's just what I do,
I,
man. I cuss at myself. I do all of that just to make myself do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I do it every day, and I do it even before this show. I told you during the kids show what I do. I say lion face. Ah! And I do that, man. Listen, I do that just to pump myself, get myself ready, and get in tune with who, it's like a mental thing. I try to get in tune. Anyways, thank you guys for showing up. I want to thank my audience members as usual, and like I said, anybody who wants to get in tune and got something to say, I don't care what is going on. The world is a big oyster, and we got plenty of things to talk about. Plenty. So thank you guys, and you guys have a wonderful night.
We love y'all and enjoy your night on purpose.